Hi guys, what's up? This is PhilCan TV. Dito ko ngayon sa may North York sa DUNCAN Mills. Nagpa-ultrasound lang. Saka nagpa-X-ray. Okay naman, wala namang problema. Okay, so magta-travel tayo ngayon, pabalik. That's it. Okay. Marami pa ring snow at may parating na naman daw na mas marami. Sana wag magtuloy kasi mahirap. Makapal ng snow talaga sa bundok. Messi. Oh, may pirolator dito sa may Mottfield Drive. PX. So far nag 50% na, bukas na. Mall ulit. Soon back to normal. Dito tayo ngayon sa 25 Basement Road. York Mill Road na. Turn right tayo rito. Pulis na pa.
COVID-19 vaccine, either the Pfizer or the Moderna. Now, eligible means anyone over 18, because at this point, children are not eligible to get a booster shot. They are eligible for their first and second doses, but nobody between 5 and 18 18 or 5 and 17, I should say, can get their booster shots yet, but more than half of the people who can have gotten their shots so far. Now, the City of Toronto is holding their COVID update at 11:30. Mayor Tory, Dr. Davila, Chief Hagall will be there. City News 680 will carry it live and get the latest details on where we are at in the fight in this pandemic. Also looking at potentially an update on what happened at the Northwest program over the weekend. Also, the city has been targeting people 50 plus to get their booster shots. As of Friday, more than 300,000 of those people in that group had not been boosted. They had some walk-in clinics on Sunday and Monday, so maybe find out how effective those clinics were. And an interesting milestone, Sunnybrook Health Science Center putting out a tweet now saying 2 years ago, Canada's first COVID-19 case was confirmed in a patient in Sunnybrook. So it's been 2 years ago. That's that home. 45 dollars for
Pfizer is set to start a clinical trial on a vaccine in the Omicron variant. Here's on my Apple.
Pfizer is looking at a comparison of its original COVID-19 vaccine with doses specifically tweaked to match the more contagious Omicron variant. As the pharmaceutical companies, including Moderna, have all been updating their shots to better match Omicron. Painful health authorities decide that the change is necessary. Pfizer says the original vaccines are still offering good protection against severe illness and death, specifically with the third dose. As shown in studies in the U.S. and elsewhere that have made clear that adding a booster strengthens the prevention of the original two shots and improves the chances of avoiding a severe infection. The new U.S. study will look at more than 1,400 healthy adults aged 18 to 55 and test the updated Omicron-based shots for use as a booster or for primary vaccination. The study will also enroll some unvaccinated volunteers who will receive 3 doses of the Omicron-based vaccine. At the City News Business Center, I'm Mike.
So ngayon ay January 25 at kasalukuyang si Margaret ay nandun pa sa Las Vegas at final na tomorrow, January 26, 10 a.m. in the morning. So malalaman na natin kung ano ang nanalo. Miss Summit International Canada 2022.
Joins us from Queen's Park, where there are signs an agreement is within reach.
Talks between Ontario and the federal government are now into overtime, with every other province and territory in Canada signing a deal with the federal government for $10 a day childcare. A source with the Toronto Star says a deal is close and should be finalized very soon. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says he's hopeful.
We are still optimistic we're going to be able to reach a deal because Ontario families need it.
Education Minister Stephen Lecce says Ontario's lingering concern is over how long the federal government will keep up its deal after the initial 5-year agreement.
Bringing forth a deal with the federal government that is fiscally sustainable.
Ontario is in line for $10.2 billion in federal cash to cut the fees parents pay for childcare in half by the end of this year, then down to $10 a day per child within 5 years. At Queen's Park, Kevin Meisner, City News.
Coming up, we'll see where the price at the pumps is going. City News time, 10:09.
City News acknowledges the land we broadcast from as the ancestral territories of the Anishinaabe, the Wendat, and currently the Haudenosaunee peoples.
And since 1805, the treaty lands of the Mississaugas of the Credit.
Then, in City News 680.
In a cancer world, please. Nearly the entire population of Kitchener would be diagnosed every year. Right now, 1 Canadian hears it's cancer every 3
Dati
minutes.
4 lane, naging 2 lane na lang.
Funded by the Canadian Cancer Society. Now know, cancer isn't one, but more than 100 different diseases. That's why we fund geniuses and dreamers researching all cancers. Help us make life better today and transform the future of cancer forever. Visit cancer.ca to learn more. Now, the City News gas price update. Enpro predicts the price will not change at midnight, staying at $1.47.9 a liter. City News time, 10:10.
team of lawyers only get paid when you get paid. And before you call, you should always remember that there are no bad questions. 416-661-4878 or on your cell phone at pound LTD.
CU time 10:11. That's time for traffic and weather together. Here's Craig here.
This report is brought to you by Sportsnet. Still with a number of problems out there, like the southwest C ramp to the west 401 shut down for a crash. West of Avenue and the Express, we had a collision here, but that's gone. Delays from the 404 Express and collectors filled up. And then busy now approaching Kiel, so approaching the 400 in the Express. Approaching Dixon, left lane blocked with a stalled vehicle. Backed up delays from building, so approaching Kipling. And then some good news out in the west end, approaching Huron, Ontario, inside the collector to Express transfer. We had a vehicle that spun itself around into a snowbank, but that's clear. It wasn't causing a delay though. Eastbound 401 volume through Mississauga Road, Kiel into collectors, and Leslie to the 404 Express. Southbound 400 solid from Duckworth down to SN2 left lane blocked off for this crash. Northbound at SN2 left lane blocked off here as well. Delays from approaching Mapleview. South 404 DVP busy approaching Shepherd to south of Lawrence. Construction delays from Huron, Ontario through to West Dixie on the eastbound KBW. Two right lanes are closed. Southbound 410 solid from south of Mayfield down to approaching Beauvais. Looks like we may have had a crash through here, at least taking out a lane. Tim McAuliffe has friends, seriously, and they really know sports. Check out Tim and Friends on Sportsnet. Next report at 10:21. Here's the forecast with Jill Taylor.
Sun and cloud for today. Chance of a few flurries. We've already reached our guaranteed high. It was -7 early this morning. For the rest of the day, about -9, -10. Get a few flurries overnight, but it's cool. -20 for the low. Feels like -30 for early Wednesday morning. Sun and cloud and -10. For today, already reached our guaranteed high. -7. We've got lots of sunshine. It's -8 downtown. -9 at Pearson City. Time 10:13. Now the dynamic sun. 40 minutes live to the business center and Chris the Governor. A little bit better today, Chris. Not so much. Okay. It's almost exactly the same as it did from yesterday, and markets recovered yesterday. So who knows where we go from here. The Nasdaq right now, the big loser, is down by about 3%. A drop of 404. The S&P down by 104. The Dow is off by 696. And the TSX down by 410 points. 20,161. A pullback on Main Street of about 2%. The price for gold is higher by $5, $18.49. Oil is up 62 cents. The E393 and the Canadian dollar down by 14,100. 78.99 cents US. At the business center, I'm Chris McCusker.
One resolution we're keeping this year is Business Better with financial advice. Speak to a financial advisor today and visit dynamic.ca/advice. Discover the value of financial advice.
Landmark Tower, iconic location. Every city around the world has its landmarks. Now next to Toronto's landmark of Yonge and Dundas Square, there will be Concord Sky. At 95 stories tall, it is set to become one of Canada's tallest skyscrapers, with unmatched views of the Toronto skyline. Its prime location connects you to everything the city has to offer.
Dito na tayo sa Avenue Road and
A
Wilson.
truly elevated living experience.
May
Learn more
ikon
at
dito, oh.
concordsky.ca.
Naglilinis
According to
ng
newest research, Canadians spend
box
22
culvert.
years, 2 months, and 12 days of their lifetime online. It's important to pay special attention to online cyber threats. That's why you need a secure connection to the internet. Protect your privacy and sensitive data with NordVPN.
Shine. Good morning. I'm Irene Frecklett. Here are the top stories this hour. Canada is following the lead of other countries in telling families of diplomatic staff to leave Ukraine. This as Russia shows no signs of backing off with worry of an invasion. President Russia says he's not planning
Well, so ito maraming Pilipino.
7 o'clock, and we'll have it for you on Sportsnet. On to the ice now. 8 games on the go in the NHL this evening, including the Senators on the road visiting the Sabres. The Jets hosting the Panthers in Winnipeg's first home game in over a month. And out west, the Canucks play host to the Oilers. Vancouver hoping to have their number one goalie, Thatcher Demko, back from COVID protocols tonight. The Leafs still off till tomorrow when they host the Ducks. On to tennis, one Canadian remains at the Australian Open. Felix Auger-Aliassime will face Russian Daniil Medvedev in quarterfinal action. That match goes in the wee hours of the morning, 3:30 a.m. tomorrow. Richmond Hill's Denis Shapovalov would be defeated in his first ever Australian Open quarterfinal. Would go a marathon 5 sets with Rafael Nadal, though. He is going for a record 21st major singles title. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour, or anytime at sportsnet.ca.
Stay informed whenever and wherever you need it with City News. Watch nightly on City TV to go beyond the story. Listen for the latest up-to-the-minute breaking news, traffic, and weather at City News 680. Connect online at citynews.ca or with the City News Toronto app. And follow City News Toronto on social for everything that matters to you and your city. Watch, listen, connect. City News everywhere. 5%. Are you fed up seeing your condo fees rise 5% or more every year, even in a pandemic? Want to see up to 5% reduction? Have your condo board of directors call Living Properties. Living Properties is a full-service property management company that's been operating for almost 4 decades. Our experienced team can take care of your condo building and save you money. Find out how much. Ask your condo board of directors. Contact Living Properties at livingproperties.com.
City News time, 10:18. Canadians are apparently feeling almost as stressed and anxious about COVID as they were early on in the pandemic. Our Laura Carney has more. This nationwide survey done by CAMH asked around 1,000 Canadians about anxiety, depression, and substance use, and the results are very similar to those from May of 2020 when CAMH did its first survey measuring COVID's impacts on Canadians. This latest survey was done between January 7th and 11th. It found a quarter of respondents felt moderate to severe anxiety levels, and 22% reported feeling depressed occasionally or most of the time in the previous week. It also found more than a quarter engage in binge drinking. More women also reported feeling more anxious, lonely, and depressed compared to men. A candidate psychiatrist says the Omicron wave is hitting different, with people feeling like the rug has been pulled out from under them after they thought the worst was over. He adds he's seeing more pessimism and less resilience than in previous waves. Laura Carney, City News. Overseas, London's police department says an investigation is underway at the parties held during the pandemic lockdown at Downing Street.
Sources of London's police accredited team has revealed a probe is now underway. In a statement before the London Assembly, Dick said Scotland Yard is now investigating a number of events at Downing Street. President Boris Johnson's government has been under fire for allegedly holding events during months in which the nation was under lockdown in hopes of forcing the spread of COVID-19 in the latest wave.
Ito yung LRT,
Reported that Johnson attended a birthday party
ETC.
Downing Street office and later hosted friends in his apartment upstairs in June 2020. Charles Dillon.
Coming up, traffic and your long-range weather details. Here's a hint to another 1-2 punch with Arctic winds, followed by snow. City News time, 10:20.
Everyone knows how to drink and drive. Most of us know how to take care of the drug. Wait for the story, the anxiety, and the toll to
sa tapat ng cemetery, yung Mount Sinai. Yan, dito. Maloko sila.
Today already reached the guaranteed high, -7. Right now downtown, we've got mainly sunny skies. It is -9 at Pearson with the wind
Yan,
chill
dito ako ngayon sa Kill and Wilson. Dito kami nakatira ng 1999. Dito pinanganak si Margaret dito sa lugar na to. Yan. Yan sa mga building na yan. Naka 5 years ka na rito, tapos nag-move sa Brampton. Yan. Ganyan. 5 Agit Road. Yan. Dito yung hospital. Lapit oh. Pero bago na yan. Na-build yan ng almost 5 years.
Annualized return after fees. So far, the fund has achieved a 15.7% annualized return over the last 5 years, investing mostly in dividend and growth stocks. You can find out more at lindequity.com.
Minimum investment of $1 million per household.
Winter weather. The kind that's wet, the kind that's dry, the kind that makes you fear the sky, the kind that makes the sidewalk slick, the kind that suggests call it sick, the kind that cancels winter sports, the kind that's great for making forts, the kind that's tough to battle through unless you've got that Subaru. Bring on winter with symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Enjoy uncommon value in a winter
Construction road again.
City News Time, 10 to 1:06. Over to the business center, and Chris McCusker. Red, the color of the day again? Yes. To answer your questions, Irene, the U.S. Federal Reserve meeting starts today with an interest rate announcement tomorrow, and markets are pretty firmly in the red, at least for the moment. The Dow right now is down 468. The S&P off by 113. The Nasdaq, the big loser, down 2.3%.
Didig sila.
Now remember, we did see that pretty big comeback yesterday.
Yan ang
At one
paggawa
point, the
nila
Dow was
ng
down
canal.
1,100 points
Max Culvert.
yesterday, and it finished
Nilagyan nila
with a
ng
gain. Now, as far as interest rates go,
Right.
it doesn't sound like the U.S. is going to be raising rates at this meeting, but the Fed is very likely to signal that rates will be going up in March.
Listen, liberal.
Stephen Major is the global head of fixed income research at HSBC. He spoke to Bloomberg overseas.
The Fed had average inflation targeting, and no one's mentioned that for the best part of 3 or 4 months. It's as if they've walked away from it. So the Fed, in a way, painted itself into a corner with its employment objective and the average inflation targeting.
Bucking the trend today, that's up by about 2%. We told you yesterday the company will start selling its energy bites at 7-Eleven stores in Canada. We've got gold higher, but it's only up $1 now, $18.45. Oil is higher by $1.12 to $84.45 a barrel, and the Canadian dollar down by 1/100, 79.12 cents US. At the Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker. One event comes just once a year and could change how you see the world. The answer? When your vision benefits renew. And now that they have, it's time to visit your neighborhood Pearl Vision, where you get 40% off lenses for adults and free lenses for kids with frame purchase. Remember, they direct bill most insurance plans. Covering your family's eye exams at pearlvision.ca. Valid prescription required. Valid at participating locations. Restrictions apply. Taxes extra. See store for details at 4/30/2022. Exams available at the independent doctors of optometry and are next to Pearl Vision.
Okay, so here's your trains, right? Here's the one to start with. A 2022 Honda CRV. March 2021 Canadian platform event for any value award winner. And it's local Olivia features like remote engine starter, heated front seats, and Honda sensing technology. Come see us at the Dream Garage event to reserve and lease a 2022 CRV LS. Just $83 weekly at 3.99% and start the year off right. For 60 months, $2,110 down. Taxes extra. Fast delivery from the 2022 see HondaOntario.com.
Well, the winter weather 1-2 punches continue. Last week it was snow followed by cold, and same thing. We've got colder air moving in after yesterday's snowfall. -9 for today. A wind chill tomorrow morning near -30. LP City News Time 10:30.
10:30 a.m.
Number one for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is City News 680 everywhere.
Good morning. It's Tuesday, January 25th. I'm Sarah Garrett, and I'm Irene Prince. Making news this hour.
With Ukraine and Russia possibly heading towards an armed conflict, Canada is now telling families of our diplomats to leave Ukraine. The latest COVID data from the provinces out while the city says more than half of
Christian Assembly, Korea. Mahilig sila sa corner na ganyan. Mga Korean. Wala bundukin. Parang malapit ka sa creek. Birang tao ngayon ah. $47.6 ang regular ng gasoline.
Everyone who is eligible. It comes as we wait for another update today from Mayor Tory and Toronto's top doctor. Our Moment Qureshi joins us live with the latest moments.
Irene, it might be hard to believe
Wilson and Albion na ngayon. Malapit na naman ang isang tinirhan namin na building. Diyan lang sa Kipling and Albion.
Case of COVID-19 was confirmed at a patient in Sunnybrook Hospital, and then they go on to thank their hospital staff who've been on the front lines for the last year. So 2 years it's been since that first case was confirmed here in this country and in this province. It comes as we're waiting for the city to give their latest update at 11:30. We will carry that live. Mayor Tory, Dr. Davila, Chief Peg will be speaking. The city putting out a release today saying 55.5% of all eligible people in this province.
Yung jewelry na yan, dito nila umakyat sila sa ceiling. Kaya maraming nakuha.
50%, 50.8%
Brand new jewelry.
of people 18 and up who received their booster shot. So more than half of the people in this province have gotten their third dose of a COVID-19 vaccine. Now the province's latest data says more than 4,000 people are in the hospital with the COVID-19 at the moment, and more 626 people, are in the ICU with a COVID-related illness at the moment. So again, that update from the city is coming at 11:30, and we will carry it live, reporting live Moment Qureshi, City News.
Some strong words from the Liberal leader today, who's calling for the Ford government to tighten up the rules surrounding vaccine certificates. With the latest from Queen's Park, here's City's Richard Southern.
Liberal leader thinking we should have to show a mask pass to buy Mr. Pond in Ontario. I am calling today for another Ford to add the vaccine certificate requirement to olivia and the cannabis store.
Yung puti na building na yan, may usok. So yun ang tinatawag nila na boiler. Ayan ang puti. Sa likod kami, nandiyan nakatira dito sa Kipling and Albion. Naka 3 years din dito. Yan, building na yan, exactly. Okay, ano? Sama namin sinahapan dyan, Uncle.
Particularly against severe disease and hospitalization, and especially for those who have received a booster. This is a test in case an Omicron-specific vaccine becomes necessary. Trial results are expected by spring. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, New York.
City News Time, 10:38. Well, some delays driving and walking to work today with the latest round of snow adding to the already clogged streets and sidewalks. It was less snow this time around, but certainly enough to add to our winter woes, along with the bitter cold. Our Carl Hansky has more.
Depending on where you live, you woke up to another 6 to 25 centimeters of snow on the ground. Those showing house say they're running out of room to put it and keeping the mountain higher and higher. How high in the mountains is your flag? 5, 6 feet. Snowbanks here downtown are 6 feet high.
Mall.
Those walking to work, snowbank jumping has become
Albion Center Mall.
You gotta do what you gotta do, all right? You gotta get to work. You gotta take a running start and leave.
marami na.
Seconds, we will check on the
Katabi pa niya.
City News Time 10:39. Life has its ups and downs. Just like
Fire Station 413.
Life has no warranty. But every Dodge garage door
Albion
comes with a
and things.
one-time parts and upgrade warranty. No question asked. No wonder Dodge has won the coveted Consumer's Choice Award 21 years in a row. And over 100,000 homes in the GTA have Dodge garage doors. Look around. The odds say it's Dodge. D-O-D-D-S. No one does it better than Dodge does. No one.
No.
Now the City News gas price update, and Pro predicts the price won't change at midnight. It will stay at $1.47.9 a liter. City News.
Ito pa rin, kahit malamig.
If cancer were a place, nearly the entire population of Kitchener would be diagnosed every year. Right now, one Canadian hears it's cancer every 3 minutes. The researchers funded by the Canadian Cancer Society now know cancer isn't one, but more than 100 different diseases. That's why we fund the geniuses and dreamers researching all cancers. And we want to make life better today and transform the future of cancer forever. Visit cancer.ca to learn more.
Queen Angle Road. Gasolina tayo dyan.
City News Time 10:51. Time for traffic and weather together all the one. Here's Craig here.
This report is brought to you by Edgewood Suites, 40 Erie back QEW. On the approach to the Burlington Skyway, there's like a multi-vehicle collision here. There's about 10 of them just sitting here involved. 2 left lanes blocked off. That's causing a delay in behind it. Eastbound QEW approaching Cawthron, they've taken an extra lane now. It's 2 left lanes blocked off. Really heavy from here, Ontario, out towards Cawthron for this crash. And then after it, from Cawthron to approaching the 427, it's 2 right lanes shut down for construction. Excellent timing for this construction project. For sure has to be done now. And that's a really bad drive from here.
Gasolina muna tayo.